everyone. My name is Erin과, and this is...
I'm Helen과. Yay!
And we're going to talk today about different church expressions in South Korea and the US.
Oh, why we are doing this?
Because there's a lot of differences between church expressions in South Korea and the US, and we just want to help those of you who are learning English to understand what Americans are talking about.
Yeah. Let's start.
Alright, so how do you say going to church in Hangul?
한국. We say we're doing the worship service.
Oh, okay.
예배를 드리다. Yeah.
Yeah? I totally understood every word of that. So we would just say, I'm going to church, or we're going to church. We wouldn't really say worship service, but it depends on which church you go to.
Oh, really?
But it depends, like, if they're a more contemporary church, they might use the term worship service more. But what about the time when you're, like, in church? Do you have a different way of saying that?
We also say doing worship service.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we would just say in church. Like, we're in church.
Not worship service?
Not at my church.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly because, like, to us, worship is, like, the part where you sing. And it doesn't include, like, the pastor preaching. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so that's why.
But we include all of this together. We say just worship service.
Oh, the whole thing is worship?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we would just say, like, the worship service is that part where you sing, and then you have the pastor's message, and then maybe more singing, and then prayer, and then you're done. So, yeah. So that's why we call the whole thing the church service.
Oh, good.
So, what do you call, like, a group of people who lead the singing?
Worship team.
Worship team?
Yeah, we say worship team.
For, like, the people singing?
Yeah, who leads the worship first in the beginning of the worship, like, service.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, one church I was at, that was called the worship team. But another church, the church I go to now, is just called the choir. Like, they might be up there singing with the congregation, but they're not really leading singing. Yeah.
Like, in Korea, we have choir and worship team. It's different.
Oh, okay. So what's the difference between the two?
So, like, worship team is people who are leading their worship. Like, when we sing, they lead the worship. And then the choir, they sing by themselves.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Good.
The church I went to in college, the worship team did sing sometimes, but it was still called, like, just themselves, just by themselves. But we still called them the worship team. Like, we didn't call them choir. I don't know why. We just did it.
Next.
Yes. So, how do churches in Korea divide up the age groups? Like.
Okay. So, like, okay. We have, like, about 4 groups. Or 5. Include the adult. Like, first is nursery, kindergarten, elementary, and then high school, middle school, and high school, and then the adult.
Okay. So what ages are those, roughly? Sorry, I didn't ask you that before.
So, like, nursery is kind of baby, who can not talk really much. So they do the worship with their parents together. But it depends on the church. Yeah. But in the kindergarten, it's about kindergarten before going to elementary school. Yeah.
They're like, what, 5? I don't know.
5 maybe to 7.
Yeah,
kind of
around there.
Yeah. And elementary is elementary students. Yeah, I think they divide kind of 2, like 1st grade to 3rd grade and 4th grade to 6th grade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then, wait, so there's 2 different services? for those? Like elementary is divided between 1st through 3rd and 4th through 6th?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it depends on the church.
Depends on the
Yeah.
church. I feel like that's our answer for everything.
Yeah, and
it's accurate though.
after that is middle school and high school.
Oh, okay.
The teenager worship.
But some churches combine middle and teenagers?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but some separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, like the churches I was at, they would have nursery, which is like the little babies and infants, and then they'd have junior church, which is like kindergarten to 6th grade, and depending on how big the church is, they'll like divide those up. But I went to a really small church, so we just put them all in one group, usually. But yeah, and then the teenagers, like 6th through 12th grade, they don't have their own separate service during church. They'll be in the main church service with the adults, and then yeah, and then like at night, at a Sunday night, they would have their own separate time. Yeah.
But we just separate the worship.
Oh, so yours is completely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Good.
Good. That's pretty interesting. I did not know that.
Okay.
And then you show the, yes. So take 1,